Hi, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about credit repair and all. And I am Ken with Ken's Insurance Agency. We are a full insurance brokerage with all the insurance products you could need. We also have credit repair, business loans, personal loans, and some business services for you. We also do recruit and are looking for new agents. So we'll give you our contact information after the webinar. Feel free to get a hold of us to ask questions or if you need more information or if you wish to become a recruit. Fixing to share and start some videos. Look forward to talking to you during and afterwards.
Today, more than ever before, we live in uncertain economic times, and the way we do business is changing rapidly. It's evident that we as individuals must take complete control and responsibility for being better prepared to handle our personal credit rating, financial position, and our family affairs. Unfortunately, as youngsters, the majority of us were not provided the knowledge or essential tools to understand the importance of a credit score, or how valuable that credit score would be to accomplish just about anything. At the same time, how many classes did we have on limiting and managing our debt, or the significance of protecting our identity, assets, and family? Concerning, isn't it? Did you know, over the course of your lifetime, having less than excellent credit can cost you upwards of $1 million in substantial interest rates, fees, and other unnecessary charges? Or that currently 4 in 5 credit reports have errors on them causing lower credit scores? Or how about that 43 million people have a 599 credit score or lower? The majority of individuals think just paying their bills on time will give them the best credit score possible, and don't realize there are 5 factors that determine a credit rating. Were you aware that your credit score could play a role in determining your car, homeowner, and other insurance premiums? Nearly half of all Americans don't even know their credit score, and many more don't monitor their credit reports. Did you also know an employer can review your credit score and credit history and use that information as part of determining whether to employ you or considering you for a promotion? Having less than excellent credit leaves you with little to no control of making major decisions or purchases, such as buying a home, a car, or other important necessities, or even renting an apartment or obtaining a credit card. While having a 750 or above credit score gives you powerful control over your financial position and the freedom of choice when making significant decisions and purchases. Don't you want that? How about this? The American average household debt exceeds $225,000, yet those same households have less than $500 in savings. Is that a secure financial plan? How alarming is it to you to know that every 2 seconds an identity is stolen? What are you doing about that? And then the majority of us, maybe because we haven't gotten around to it or we think it's too costly, haven't yet established a will, trust, or power of attorney. Not having these critical documents in place means you are leaving your children, family, assets, property, and finances at serious risk. And consider this. There is over $58 billion in unclaimed life insurance policies, bank accounts, pensions, stocks, and other assets and property because when someone passes away, their beneficiaries have no idea these things exist or where to locate them, leaving loved ones burdened to search for answers. Is that your plan? Have you heard enough? Is that a big enough wake-up call? Are you ready for the best and most affordable solution? And if the answer is yes, would having an excellent credit score while securing your personal and financial affairs be worth about $3 per day? Well, at Financial Education Services, an A-plus rated company with the Better Business Bureau, we certainly believe it would. And since 2004, we've been helping people significantly increase their credit score regardless of their past credit challenges, while providing a systematic approach to eliminating debt and ensuring that individuals are protecting their identity, assets, finances, and family. We call it the FES Protection Plan membership, an array of vital services with a major focus and emphasis on significantly increasing, maintaining, and protecting your credit score. Our country top to bottom is now built on credit. Credit to buy a home, a car, to rent an apartment, to lease anything, to get a phone, to turn on your gas or electric. Credit to determine your interest rates, insurance payments, and other financial obligations. Credit to gain employment or keep employment. We all live on credit. We all need credit. And all that credit revolves around one thing, a credit score. So are you tired of paying more than you need to because of your credit score? Are you being turned down for home loans, refinancing, automobiles, credit cards, and other opportunities because of your credit score? Let's change that. You see, as an industry leader specializing in credit restoration, we utilize the latest technology to ensure fast, accurate service and assisting clients in deleting inaccurate, erroneous, and obsolete items such as late payments, collections, foreclosures, repossessions, bankruptcies, medical bills, student loans, tax liens, or any other derogatory item on your credit report. And of course, if these items are deleted, that's going to be a huge boost to your credit score. This leads to approval and better rates on mortgages, refinances, and automobiles, no or low interest on credit store and gas cards, lower rates on insurance, and positive results for employment, business, and career opportunities. You'll have 24/7 online client portal access, regular updates on the progress of your credit file, as well as live interactive coaching from our credit experts. You'll also have access to Positive Credit Builder, helping you to maximize what's on your current credit profile while building positive credit habits and receiving guidance for adding impactful positive trade lines. Then you'll be utilizing Debt Zero, which helps you to pay down your debts in a more timely, effective, and efficient manner and swings your credit limit ratios in a major way, adding extremely valuable points to your credit score. In addition, if necessary and appropriate, you'll be provided with a credit attorney who will represent you in dealing with the credit reporting agencies, creditors, and debt collectors to ensure the best result in the quickest manner. This legal counsel is at no additional cost to you, as it's all part of your membership. You'll also be provided with 24/7 credit monitoring, enabling you to track the progression of your credit score as these credit-related services are being implemented, while consistently managing and overseeing your credit reports. This is extremely important to the success of your overall credit process. Finally, we take great pride and effort in helping clients build superior credit scores, and many of our clients see their scores go from the 500s and 600s to the 700s and 800s. And once you've achieved a result like that, the last thing you want to happen is to see that credit score destroyed because of identity theft. Therefore, to preserve and secure your credit score and good name, you're provided with premier identity theft protection. The best part is, with our entire complement of credit-related services and our proven effective process, we've seen documented results for major improvement in credit scores in as little as 60 to 90 days. Now, on top of all these credit-related services, the protection plan will also safeguard your assets, family, and finances with an all-inclusive will, trust, and power of attorney estate package called the MyCare Plan, as well as an organizational tool called Financial Lockbox, which safely stores all your personal and financial data to be readily available for the person you choose in case of an emergency. Being prepared with these critical services is the best way to ensure you and your loved ones are cared for in any circumstance. Another excellent advantage of being a protection plan member are several considerable savings discount benefits, including travel, shopping, prescriptions, and insurance options. We certainly believe every family in America needs a protection plan membership. And while the products, services, and benefits within this elite membership could add up to thousands of dollars in costs, the protection plan membership is offered for a one-time activation fee of $99 and a low monthly payment of only $89. And you get the gratification and pleasure knowing each month you are contributing $2 to the Youth Financial Literacy Foundation, responsible for educating students on credit and financial matters and providing hundreds of thousands of dollars each year in college scholarships. So imagine, you can have a protection plan membership providing you the opportunity for excellent credit, financial control, and peace of mind, all for the same amount of what most people spend on a cup of gourmet coffee each day. Because believe it or not, There are companies and individuals out there offering similar services with fees that exceed $10,000 or that have monthly fees of $99 or more per month for just one service. Now, of course, many people will try to wait for their credit score to increase or for their debts to decrease. But unfortunately, the odds are not in your favor. A high percentage of the times, the negative items you feel will ultimately fall off your credit report don't. And they can stay on indefinitely until you take the appropriate action. We all have good intentions, but until you make a choice to exercise your rights to regain and maintain excellent credit, eliminate your debt, and secure your personal and financial affairs, the alternative is choosing to ignore an obvious solution and maybe continue to struggle. Understanding that each day your credit score remains mediocre or poor and your debt load remains high is leading to more wasted dollars and more missed chances of controlling your financial position. Our extensive history, track record, and expertise shows us that in 90 days, in 6 months, in 1 year, in 5 years, your credit and financial position will probably still be in the exact same place. Don't wait. Take action. Enroll, because the dollars you invest today to significantly increase your credit score and rid yourself of debt are dollars you can save for many years to come. Take control of your financial future. Contact your FES agent and get your protection plan membership started today and begin your peace of mind for the rest of your life.
Do you ever wake up in the morning feeling frustrated, trapped, and stressed? Are you ready and willing to do something about it, but you just don't know how? We're going to show you a very real solution to the problems facing many Americans today, and you have an opportunity to not only take advantage of the solution for yourself, but help others do so as well. USA Today recently reported that 76% of Americans say they experience significant stress and that money is the cause of that stress, followed by a very close second to what they do to earn it: their job. It's not surprising that we feel trapped. Much of that financial stress comes from payments looming over us like a dark cloud. Based on Federal Reserve statistics, the average household has over $7,000 of debt just on credit cards alone, and that doesn't even include cars, houses, medical bills, and everything else. The size of this tremendous financial weight often leads people to be late on a payment, miss a payment, or could possibly result in bankruptcy. This unfortunately just leads to a vicious cycle of bad credit, where currently over 43 million people have been denied their ability to buy a car, a home, or even have access to a credit card because they have bad credit. And if they haven't been denied credit, then they end up wasting tons of money paying much more in interest than people with higher credit scores. Next comes our job. According to Forbes magazine, 65% of people are currently dissatisfied with their job, saying they feel stuck and would much rather start their own business. The only thing holding them back is their fear of not knowing what to do and how to do it. How about a solution that's simple, reliable, and affordable? Enter Financial Education Services, empowering you to change your life, starting now. FES has operated successfully since 2004 and has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. By combining a very simple but necessary debt payoff system, a process to significantly increase your credit score, and other essential elements to protect your family, we've helped hundreds of thousands of people restore their confidence and hope in the future. We've also helped thousands of people earn enough additional income to get out of debt, have extra time with their families, quit their job, and in many cases, gain a whole new lifestyle. What we do is proven, and it's happening right now. FES is expanding, and we're looking for people who want to get rid of frustration, eliminate pressure, and begin the first day of the rest of their lives with a chance for hope, happiness, and the control to finally achieve the things that have been eluding you. Every single day, more people wake up without a solution, and you can fix that. Do you know someone with less than perfect credit? Do you know a professional who needs credit-worthy clients? Do you know someone bogged down with debt? Do you know someone who could use some additional income? Or maybe even someone who's simply looking for a career change? If you know anyone like this, you could immediately begin making money with the ability to drive that income to whatever level you would like, in addition to earning a benefits package that includes an Audi payment, a house payment, free annual vacations, a matching retirement plan, and so much more. This all happens by simply sharing services people desperately need with the people that need them. We'll teach you everything you need to know, and you'll gain all the skills necessary to to enable your success. Now that you've had a chance to experience a brief introduction to FES, what level of interest do you have? Now, of course, you may have no interest at all. Maybe you have exceptional credit, minimal debt, and you have all your personal and financial affairs in order, as well as being very happy with your current career or endeavors. And if that's the case, we respect and appreciate your current position. However, I'm sure you would like to see the person who shared this opportunity with you do well. So if you should know anyone in a credit-related industry, such as a real estate agent, a mortgage broker, or anyone in the car business, or someone that needs to improve their credit and financial situation, take the time to refer those individuals. They'll be glad you did. Or maybe your interest level is one of wanting additional information, simply related to the process of increasing your credit score, paying off debt, as well as protecting your family and financial position. Just talk to the person that sent you this video to find out more about how to leverage these powerful solutions. Finally, you definitely have an interest and want to explore the services as well as the income possibilities. The next step for you is to watch our detailed corporate overview that will give you more information, answer any questions you may have, and help you to understand how to capitalize on an ever-growing marketplace while giving you a chance for financial freedom. So get back with the person who shared this video with you and let them know what level of interest you have. No interest at all, interested in learning more about the services, or interested in knowing how to take advantage of the income opportunity. From all of us at FES, we wish you nothing but the best.
Welcome to the FES Detailed Corporate Overview. By now, you've probably already seen our protection plan video, which is phenomenal to get a grasp on how amazing our product and service is and what it can do for people. You may have also seen our real short corporate overview, kind of piquing your interest, giving you a reason to want to learn more, ask some questions, and get some details. And that's exactly what you're going to get here by watching our detailed corporate overview. So I'm going to go through this, help you to understand the business at a much higher level. And then, of course, what you'll want to do is get back with the person who had you to watch these videos and ask any additional questions. And hopefully, you will be ready to get started in a career with FES. When you think about it, why is FES such a great opportunity? Well, how many people out there today have less than perfect credit, have debt, and really no idea how to get it paid off, don't have their personal financial affairs in order, and maybe they just dislike their job, they're looking for a career change, they're looking to make more money, they don't have the kind of funds they would like to have to take a great annual vacation, and they just aren't where they want to be in life, and you're just thinking about, is there a solution? What is the plan of action that I could take? And you even have to consider, why is it that so many people are in this place where they're not necessarily happy with their job, their career, their finances? What leads so many people to be in this place? Well, really it comes down to one thing. It's a lack of what we learn as we grow up. It's our formal education. Now, I'm not here to knock the fact that you need to learn how to read, write, and do arithmetic. That's, of course, very important. But there's so many things we didn't learn. Like we didn't learn about finances. I mean, how many classes do we have on balancing a checkbook, understanding the value of compounding interest, understanding how to buy a home? Did they teach us about success? Did they teach us about wealth? Did they teach us about retiring early? Of course not. And so that's exactly what financial education services is all about. You see, we provide the education and the success training that we all needed a long time ago. In addition, we provide solutions, and that's with our services that will protect an individual's identity, credit, family, and finances. And obviously, when you can solve problems, when you can create a situation where you can help people and people need what you have, that's what's going to create very lucrative and life-changing opportunities. Our company is very solid. We've been in business for quite some time, founded in 2004 by two gentlemen, Mike Toloff and Paramount Nayak. Both have extensive careers and experience in the financial industry. We're headquartered out of Farmington Hills, Michigan. We have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. We have had over 100% in annual sales growth. We're a debt-free company. And I think one of the greatest points is that we've had the same key executives in the company since the inception. And that only lends to the fact that we're not a startup company, we're not a fly-by-night company, we're a very solid, stable, secure organization. Now let's talk about the service itself. And again, you may have already taken a look at our video, which gave you some details. And if you haven't, you'll want to do that. I'll run through this fairly quickly, but if you want more details, make sure you watch the 10-minute protection plan video. But when you think about it, what's in our protection plan membership? Well, there's definitely an emphasis on credit. So many people today don't understand credit, and it's so important. It's literally like a vital sign that's being monitored at all times. It can impact many things in your life, including insurance premiums, interest rates, of course, your ability to rent something or purchase something or get a credit card, or even employment in this day and age. And over the course of your lifetime, and most people don't know this, that having less than an excellent credit score could really just cost you a lot of money, anywhere from $200,000 and beyond. So what we're able to do is help people with our credit restoration service, which is provided by United Credit Education Services. And what does this process do? Well, it leverages your legal rights, something called the Fair Credit Reporting Act, which allows any consumer to dispute and challenge negative items that appear on your credit report. So, of course, there are so many people that have inaccurate, erroneous, or obsolete items, things such as late payments, collections, bankruptcies, judgments, medical bills, or anything else that is hurting your credit score can be potentially deleted or updated as a positive to your credit reports. And what you'll be supplied with is an actual dashboard that you'll be able to log into to see what your initial credit score is, and also you'll be able to see the negative items that you do have on your credit reports, the things that we'll be working on to help you to dispute those items, and ultimately potentially even having those items deleted. Now, our company, again, most importantly, you can have confidence because of the track record, almost 15 years. We've already helped to remove close to 1 million derogatory items from people's credit reports. We have tens of thousands of satisfied clients, and we stand behind our service with our satisfaction guaranteed. We literally get to tell people every day, what do you have to lose other than your less than perfect credit? Now, in addition to the credit restoration component, we help you with our protection plan with an array of other credit-related services. That being Positive Credit Builder, which helps you in terms of recommendations, helping you to understand credit better, helping you to potentially add positive trade lines to your credit profile, and just building good credit habits. Debt Zero, which is an interactive online debt payoff system, helping people to pay off their debts more effectively, more efficiently. Having the ability, if necessary, to have a credit attorney. And this, by the way, is all included within your protection plan, just so you know that you're definitely in a position, if necessary, to have a defense team on your side. And credit monitoring, which everyone needs. This gives you access to your credit scores and your credit reports 24/7. Now, obviously, the most important thing is to say, well, does it work? Have other people gone through it? And of course, I've already mentioned we've had tens of thousands of clients, but here are just a sampling of some of those clients. In just a couple of months, my credit score increased to the point that my car insurance premium was lowered by $2,000 per year. Think about that. You're talking about a considerable amount of money because of a credit score and how it can affect your car insurance. How about my credit score went from a 586 to a 748, allowing me to purchase a new car with no money down and a very low monthly payment. So a lot of people don't consider this. What great credit gives you is control. See, if you walk into a car dealership and you have poor credit, they're going to tell you what your down payment is going to be and what your interest rate is going to be, versus if you have excellent credit, you're going to walk in and tell them what you want to put down and what you want your rate to be. So credit equals control. How about having a bankruptcy removed and then being able to purchase a home with a low fixed interest rate, saving almost $1,000 per month. So you start to look at how that can add up. $1,000 a month, 12 months a year, that's $12,000. Go out 10 years, that's $120,000. And it just ties back to the point of how much money is wasted when you don't have excellent credit. After just 45 days, I had a tax lien and a foreclosure deleted from my credit reports. And that can happen. It can happen quickly, but we have a great process to help people with all kinds of challenges. Now, in addition to obviously helping people significantly increase their credit score, we want to protect that credit rating, and we want to help people protect their personal and financial affairs. So we do that by providing identity theft protection with our premier identity theft protection program. LifeLock is the best in the industry. And also providing you with a will, trust, and power of attorney program, along with a financial lockbox. This is a program that was developed by attorneys. This gives you the ability to organize all of your personal and financial information in what we call a virtual password protected safety deposit box. This way that anything should happen to you, people that need to have necessary information to help you and to help your family can do so with these services. And these are also services that you will receive a tremendous amount of customer support. In addition to that, because of our large membership base, we're able to provide several money-saving benefits. We have our prescription discount program. We have our own travel portal, which definitely can provide you an enormous amount of savings, as well as the ability to work personally with a travel advisor to book your vacations and trips. You also have your own online shopping portal, which will help you to shop at your favorite retailers, but get cash back. Who doesn't like that? In addition to some insurance solutions to give you access to experienced professionals to help you with all of your insurance needs. Now, you'll be provided with this professional website that'll give you access to all the information you're looking for, as well as your login information to be able to utilize your services once you begin on the protection plan. Now, when you think about it, ask yourself this question: what would it be worth to me? How much would I be willing to invest to protect your family, your lifestyle, and your future? And I don't know that you could put a dollar figure on it, but I can tell you, if you went out and started looking for all of these services individually, or even if you could put together a monthly program, you're looking at like $10,000 or over $400 per month. But with our service, it's nowhere even close to that. You simply pay a one-time activation setup fee of $99, and you pay $89 per month to protect your family, your finances, your lifestyle, and your future. And I think we all would agree that's certainly worth it. In addition, from that $89 that our members pay, $2 of that goes to our foundation, the Youth Financial Literacy Foundation. This is an organization that was created to educate young people from ages 8 to 18 on the matters of what we're talking about here: personal finance. We want to make sure that young people have financial literacy. We provide that in schools across America, in addition to annual scholarships in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, as we move on, the big question we have to ask is, do you believe these are services that people need? And if you do, then you'll understand that's what leads to a financial opportunity. And so that takes us to FES, the career opportunity. And first, you have to think about how many people today really control the things that they would like to control: their income, their schedule, advancement, benefits, retirement, and future. Everybody would like to have control of those things, but most people don't. If you look at some of these prominent magazines, Fortune magazine talks about finished at 40 or 50 and fired, U.S. News, where did my career go? Will I ever be able to retire? These are all concerning things and things that people think about. And so that's why we can say welcome to hybrid marketing, because we take the best of what corporate America has to offer: infrastructure, stability, something that's already proven and working, something where the owners of the company have already made substantial investments of resources and monies to create this great opportunity. But what you're not limited by is the things that happen in corporate America, like controlling your income and time and schedule. See, when you're an entrepreneur, you get the freedom and flexibility to make your own schedule, to work as hard as you want, to earn as much as you can. And that's what we have here with FES. So let's talk about what we do to earn income and benefits here. Well, we have two divisions. We have the developing of corporate accounts and establishing personal clients, and we have the business development side, where we have the ability to recruit, train, and manage a nationwide sales organization. First, let's look at the corporate account side. Well, when you think about it, there's a lot of companies, businesses, industries that rely heavily on having credit-worthy clients, but oftentimes there are a lot of people that don't have the credit-worthiness that they need. So what they'll do is they'll turn to us and partner with us basically to help their clients get in a position to be able to deal with getting a mortgage, with buying a car, with, of course, buying a home. In addition to that, you have different companies like debt settlement companies, or a loan modification company, or a bankruptcy attorney, or a tax professional that in dealing with their clients, unfortunately, those clients have gone through some challenges and they would like to have a second chance. And so we also can team up with those kinds of businesses to help their clients get back on track to have excellent credit. So what happens when we are able to assist a client? Well, we have the ability to earn up to $100 for every sale that we make. Plus, we have the ability to earn $12 per month in residual income month after month after month. So imagine that. You're an agent. You get started with our company. Well, you get to go out and share the service. You sell a protection plan, you make $100. You sell another protection plan, you make $100. You sell another protection plan, you make $100. So if you look at it on a part-time basis, if you go out and get 2 customers per week, that can add up to about $800 per month. And I think there's a lot of people out there that can use an extra $800 per month. And I think about how many people go to a second job and don't make nearly that kind of money. So great opportunity there. But what if over time you start to develop a bigger pipeline for sales? And now let's look at it again on a part-time basis. What if you were able to make a sale a day? So we think about it, 5 days a week, you make 1 sale a day. Now you've got $2,000 per month coming in. So now that's game changing, right? I mean, you're talking about, if you're doing that on a consistent basis, to make $24,000 a year additional income to whatever you make at your everyday job. But you develop a bigger pipeline for sales. Now you got 10 protection plan customers per week. That can add up to $4,000 per month. Now you're talking about even full-time income, but you go a step further. You really start establishing those corporate accounts, those relationships where you've got quite a few clients coming in. They know what it is you provide. You talk about 20 protection plan customers per week. You can definitely then be in a position to earn 6 figures. Now, that's just through the initial sale of the service. But remember, you've got that residual component available to you as well, and that residual income can compound on a monthly basis as your clientele grows and as those monthly memberships add up. So if you look at it on a residual basis, if you have a couple of protection plans per week, as it compounds, around $300 per month after month 3. But if you had 5 customers per week, you're looking at around $1,500 per month once you hit month 6. And then what if you had 10 protection plan customers per week? Well, that's over $4,000 per month after month 9. Remember, this is now residual from the work you've been doing month after month after month. How about 20 protection plans per week customers? You're talking about over $125,000 per year after year 1. Now, of course, this is in a perfect world. That's with all customers continuing to maintain their protection plan membership. And that's not, of course, going to happen, right? You're going to have some clients that are going to maybe stop their membership after 3 months, after 6 months, and so forth. There's no way to know exactly, but understand that as you continue to gain customers, it will continue to compound and grow and provide for additional monthly residual income. In addition to the protection plan membership, some of the services we have within the protection plan are available for individual sale, as well as some other services in general that the company offers. Now, that was talking about the ability to go out and sell our service. But we also, as we talked about, have the business development side. And I think it's best to summarize what we do with the use of a quote from J. Paul Getty, a prominent billionaire, who probably said it best when he said, it's better to get 1% of 100 people's efforts rather than 100% of your own. But you see, we weren't taught that. We were taught mostly to go out and do everything ourselves. They even said that if you want it done right, do it yourself. They didn't say if you want it done right, incorporate the efforts of other people that may know it better, that may be more skilled, that may have more talent. They didn't say that. But that's what we allow here in this company, which is what makes us an entrepreneurial company, that hybrid that we talked about. So let's look at how that works through our customer acquisition bonus program. So let's say you're an agent in the company and you introduce a new agent that gets started. They enroll on the protection plan themselves, and they in turn want to go out and make some extra money and make some sales. So they go out and make a couple of protection plan sales, and in doing so, of course, they're making some money for themselves. As you can see, $100, like we already discussed, for each sale they make. But you, as the agent that brought this new agent on board, also make $100 in what we call a cab bonus, plus you'll have the opportunity to earn residual income. Now that's as an agent. When you go out and you and your team produce a total of $1,600 in volume, you become what we call a field trainer. A field trainer goes out and brings on a new agent. Well, that new agent, of course, is going to make their money. They're going to be excited about that. But you got a promotion now as a field trainer. Now you earn a $160 cab bonus, plus you have the opportunity to earn residual income. Now you go out and become a senior field trainer. That's $5,000 in team volume between you and everyone else that's in your organization. You bring on a new agent. You help that new agent generate some business. They go out and make a couple of sales. Well, in doing so, now you've earned a customer acquisition bonus of $240, plus once again, you will earn residual income on that agent's sales moving forward. And then finally, you get to a position called sales director. This is $10,000 in volume between you and your entire team. You bring on a new agent. They go out and generate a couple of sales. They have the ability to earn money. And you also now are getting a pay raise, earning $380 for this customer acquisition bonus, plus, again, residual income moving forward. Now, we don't just stop at the sales director position. This goes all the way up to our senior vice president position, all the way up to the ability to earn $550. But on top of that, we have the ability to earn money as our team expands. And so let me show you what that looks like as an example. So let's go back to, again, let's say you're a sales director with our company, and let's say you've got a team that's developing. You got a handful of agents and a handful of field trainers across the country, and let's say your team within a month grew by 20 agents. Not by you going out and even sponsoring any of those agents, but let's say your team grew by one of your agents went out and got 2, and somebody else got 1, and somebody else got 4, whatever the case might be, but it added up to 20. And let's say each one of these agents went out in their first 30 days and produced 2 sales. Well, each one of them, of course, would go out and make a couple of $100, and let's say that all of that total would then help you to have earned for the month about $5,000 in total customer acquisition bonuses. So that's huge right there. And again, that's assuming that those agents only went out and generated a couple sales, and it was limited to this particular group of 20 people. So just imagine how this can grow. Obviously, if you did it once a month, you could be looking at, hey, I'm earning about $5,000 a month. But what if this happened once a week? Then the numbers grow, and you could be looking at $20,000 a month. And these are substantial figures, but I can assure you that this company produces individuals that have gone out and had the ability to earn this kind of money. And what if you did this twice a week? I mean, it's phenomenal. And of course, you got to keep in mind that, and this is just a theoretical example. It doesn't mean that you're going to do this. It doesn't mean you're going to work as hard as you need to be able to earn this kind of money. You have to obviously do a lot of work, and you have to understand how to do it, and you got to be well trained and those kinds of things. But the potential is absolutely there to earn a significant income. On top of that, we're back to talking about residual income. And really, when you think about the power of the protection plan as it grows, we wanted to give you a theoretical example of what exponential growth can look like over the long term. So think about this. Let's say you go out and you develop a team of 5 agents and or customers. First of all, when you do that as an agent, your service will be free. So when you go out and personally enroll 5 agents and or customers, your service is free. Now imagine this. Do you believe that you know 5 people that can really benefit from our services and our opportunity? And I don't know how long that's going to take you. Maybe it could take you a week, could take you a month, could take you a year. I don't know, right? But imagine if you believe that you can go out and, yeah, I could go out and get 5 agents and or customers. Well, if you believe that's true, I'm sure you can find 5 others that probably believe it's true as well. And if those 5 went out and got 5, you would be adding 25 new protection plans to your team. And if you then had that duplicate and those 5 went and got 5, you'd be adding 125 more. And if those 5 got 5, you'd be adding 625 more. And if those 5 got 5, you'd be adding 3,125 more. Now, if you stop right here, you're almost at about 4,000 people responsible for your income. I always like to ask people, how many do you have now? Because I think that's the greatest misconception about what people who just work in corporate America do versus something like this. Because most people, if they lost their main source of income, would be in a lot of financial trouble pretty quickly. Or what if they had to deal with an issue at home? Could they just walk away from their job for a couple of months? Or what if there was an illness? Anything could happen. When you're only relying on your own income from your own efforts, then you're always kind of living in a tumultuous situation. Whereas if you incorporate the efforts of a lot of people and something happens, you still have a paycheck coming in because other people are working. And that's one of the neatest things about what we do. If you go one step further, you would now be adding over 15,000 more people to your organization. Now, of course, keep in mind that this is just a theoretical example. The odds of it happening just like this is highly unlikely that you're going to go out and get 5, that get 5, that get 5, that get 5, that get 5. It's more going to be like you go out and you get 5 yourself, but somebody else gets 2, somebody else gets 1, somebody else gets 50. It can range from all over the place. So this is just to show you how multiplication can work, how exponential growth can work, but it's not going to be this perfect in terms of how it happens. But in this example, you'd have almost 20,000 protection plan memberships. And what does that mean financially? Well, it means a lot. You're talking about earning over $75,000 a month in residual income. Now, some people might look at that number and go, what? $75,000 a month? I don't believe it. And that's unfortunate because you definitely can't achieve what you can't believe. I can assure you the numbers don't lie. And the reality of it is that this kind of money can be earned, again, if you do the work and accumulate this many memberships. Will it take time? Of course it will. But what else do you have going on? I mean, this is a pretty good payoff for putting in work for a number of years. But let's say, for instance, you don't believe it, you don't comprehend it. Well, let's cut it down. Let's cut it down by 90%. Let's say you did 90% less and you earned $7,500 a month. That's pretty good money right there. Even on a part-time basis, if you cut it down 99%, you said you got it 1% right. You're talking about $750 a month. So that's money coming to you and your family on a monthly basis for work you did last month, 2 months ago, 6 months ago, a year ago. And that's not certainly common for most people. Now, in addition to the residual income, we also have an unprecedented benefits program for also accumulating protection plan memberships. You get to the point where you accumulate a minimum of 500 protection plans. You're now inside of the R&R Club, which provides you an array of benefits. Up to a $600 a month Audi payment, one-time cash bonuses of $10,000, $25,000, and $50,000. Move up to a $1,500 expense allowance, which includes the $600 Audi payment, meaning that you get your $600 plus $900 more for a total of $1,500. You have the opportunity to earn a $5,000 monthly house payment. You have a monthly retirement bonus that helps you with your future up to $25,000 per month. And then bonuses that go from $100 $100,000 to $250,000 per month. That's right, per month. Now, we've got people all across the country already qualifying for the R&R Club, and there's many, many more people to come and many more opportunities for those who are going to be getting started and taking advantage of the FES opportunity. The R&R Club, the total benefits are worth over $3 million annually. And so if you're looking for true wealth and freedom, this is the program to be a part of. Now, let's move on to the final component of the opportunity, because you have to have several things in place to be successful. One, you have to have a product, a service that everybody needs, that's in demand, that people absolutely will pay for and utilize. And we have that. There's no doubt about it. You have to have a compensation plan that's very, very lucrative, a compensation plan that people feel comfortable that they can go out and make money when they first get started, as they continue to work, and then long term. And we have that. But the final piece is just as important, and that is you have to know what you're doing to take advantage of it. See, it doesn't matter how great the service is and how much money is being paid if you don't know what you're doing and don't know how to take advantage of it. It's like having a race car. It can look good, it can go fast, but if you don't know how to get in and drive it, it'll just sit there and be in park, or you won't be able to get it out of first gear, or worse, you might crash it. So we provide the best training support available anywhere, and you have the ability to get the best information from the best resources that we have. And we look at it like this. Imagine this, that if you had the opportunity to learn from the very best in anything, wouldn't you want to do that? But how often is that the case? How often do you get to learn from the CEO of the company, or you get to, if you love sports, how often do you get to hang out with the best person in their particular sport? Very rarely does it happen. And so what happens is information oftentimes gets diluted as it goes from person to person to person to person. Let's call it 50%, which, by the way, if that were the case, that would be incredible. But scientists have proven over time that we barely retain 7 to 10% of what we initially hear and learn. So if we call it 50%, which means we're all well above average, look how quickly the information is going to dissipate. 50% to 25 to now around 12 to 6 to 3. Now think about this right here. You're excited about the FES opportunity. You want to get going. You want to make money. And the person that knows 3% about this opportunity is going to teach it to you. I mean, what are your chances of success? Well, not very good. But here's even a scarier thought. You are going to get involved, and you're going to go out and talk to some potentially new agents. And how are you going to teach them what you know when you don't know really anything? So the beauty of what we do is to recognize that, look, we want to make sure that everybody gets the same chance and gets 100% of the right information. And that's why we have our own academy to teach people all the right information to give them the best chance for success. And that means two things. Number one, it means it doesn't matter who invited you to take a look at this video, to take a look at this opportunity, because that person doesn't want to impede your success. They can't impede your success. As a matter of fact, you can go out and do better than them, and they'll be happy about it. They are in a position to get a pay raise because of it. So this is a good thing. The second reason is it gives you the ability to plug other people into the system who might go out and do better than you. They might be more committed than you. They might be more focused than you. They might have more time than you, but yet you are getting paid for the efforts of other people. And that's what makes it work. And we provide training at many levels. That's online, through conference calls. We have local trainings in cities across the country. We also have regional one-day basic training programs, regional two-day advanced trainings, and national three-day leadership training programs. So we provide the best possible training, again, to give every agent the best chance to achieve their goals. When you think about all the opportunity has to provide, all that's left is to realize that results are all that matters. Everything else is irrelevant. And you got to ask yourself, do you have the results you want? Maybe you do, but there's a lot of people that don't. And so there are a lot of folks who got started who weren't where they wanted to be, and they took advantage of the opportunity, and now they are getting the results. Like Wayman and Gene Kempson out of Atlanta, Georgia, real estate brokers for a while. They were depending on closings, and sometimes they waited weeks, even months, months, which really was a stressful situation for them. With FES, now it's become their full-time career. They've attended the trainings, they plugged into the system, they've become regional vice presidents with the company, R&R club members, and they're not worried anymore. They're not stressed because they know their retirement is set. How about Warren Bauerfeld, who had a business? He was watching his income go backwards. The industry he was in was changing, and he was concerned, again, about his financial future. FES was something that he saw. He took advantage of it, plugged into the trainings of FES Academy. He worked really hard. Now he's a vice president, R&R club member, and of course, once again, his future and his finances aren't a concern. How about David Moon? This gentleman was a radio broadcaster. Sounds good, right? Like a big position, but he was frustrated and felt like his dreams were really out of reach. And basically, FES replaced his broadcasting career, plugged into the trainings of FES Academy, used the system, and became a regional vice president with the company, R&R club member. These are huge accomplishments, and now finally has his dreams back. Jill Halbreich, working 70 plus hours in retail. So there's a lot of people at the malls and in different capacities like that. Obviously, a lot of those folks are certainly stressed out, frustrated, and want to change. She basically said, I need something to change my life, plugged into the trainings, developed as a person, and not only is she now a regional vice president and an R Club member, but making more money than ever before. And I love this because I think this is true of all our successful FES agents, is they're now living life on their terms, because that's what this opportunity provides. And so if you take advantage of the entire opportunity, from the service to the compensation program to the training, you have a great chance of doing some amazing things. Now, obviously, when you look at an opportunity like this, then it's about making a decision. You know, what interest do you have in terms of taking advantage of the opportunity? Some people may have excellent credit already. Maybe you have all your personal and financial affairs in order. Maybe you're very successful in what you do, which is awesome. Congratulations, because that's not true of most people. But even if that's the case, I'm sure you know people less than perfect credit. I'm sure you may know some people who are frustrated and dissatisfied, and the person that invited you to look at this is certainly looking to build their career and their business, and I'm sure you can provide them some referrals. Then we have others that may be just interested in the protection plan at first. You just want to utilize the services to see how that goes. That's terrific. But then there's others who say, yeah, I am interested in the services, but I also want to make money. I just need a game plan. What do I need to do to actually get started and take advantage of the opportunity? So let me walk you through what we call 4 steps to getting started. This will give you a quick game plan of how to get going with FES. The first step is you enroll and become an agent. And you have a couple of options. Option A, going a little slower. You have your one-time agent enrollment fee of $199 plus your protection plan membership, of course, at $89 per month for a total of $288. Or option B, you want everything that comes in option A, but you want professional training. And then it's just a matter of, are you going to go to a basic 1-day program or an advanced 2-day program, and you'll just simply add $98 or $198 for your education. What are you going to learn at the training? Well, everything you need to know to be successful in the business. How do you establish corporate accounts? Because I'm sure you want some of those. How do you sell protection plan memberships to start earning that 100? How do you establish a team of agents and manage that organization nationwide? How do you understand how to maximize the compensation plan and build a long-term residual income? How do you become a successful FES leader and have the right mindset and attitude for success with FES, and just so much more? But most importantly, you're learning from top producers. If you want to be a top producer, who better than to learn from another top producer? So you make that decision of how you're going to get started. Now, once you make that decision, you enroll. Regardless, you're going to become an agent with a personalized website. It's already built, ready to go for you. There's an online sales tracking system ready to go for you. You don't have to figure out how you're going to track your customers and your agents. All of that's already developed for you. And this is where we come back to the corporate America side. See, infrastructure is already here. You don't have that innovation. You don't have to go out and be creative and develop things. It's already built here, ready to go, turnkey, and all you got to do is utilize it. An agent and customer support team's already in place. You're going to have access to professional marketing materials. You're going to have the opportunity to get paid weekly, and you have tax advantages that a lot of people don't even realize how valuable that is. By having your own home-based business, you got the chance now to also take legitimate tax deductions for running your own business. What's step 2? Real simple. Become a protection plan member yourself, because no one person needs to believe in the services more than you yourself. So you want to get involved with the services. You want to have the best credit that you possibly can. You want to make sure you're monitoring your credit. You want to make sure you have your will, trust, and power of attorney set up. You want to be the best client, because that's also going to make you the best salesperson. In addition to that, you'll get some other really important benefits. You'll also get up to $100,000 in life insurance as an agent with our company. Let's move on to step 3, and that's really exposing people to FES, and that's really what we got to do. We got to get out there and expose what we have so that other people can know what it is you do, and that's how you'll develop sales and corporate accounts and other agencies. So think about it. Who do you know that has less than perfect credit or doesn't have a will, trust, power of attorney? Who do you know that has debt, would benefit from a system to pay it off? Or who do you know in credit-related industries? Do you know anybody in real estate or the mortgage business, the car business, the banking industry? What about people that are looking actually for part-time or full-time income? Or who do you know that's frustrated? They maybe don't like their career. Maybe they want to change. Or who do you know that just maybe wants to be financially free and to be involved in something that could give them that opportunity? So as you start exposing people and you're going to learn how to do that, your job in the beginning is just to let people look at what you looked at. And then once you do that, you want to start introducing people you know to experts in the business. Why is that so important? Because in the beginning, you have a relationship with people you know. You have friends, family members, co-workers, acquaintances, and there's trust there, and there's rapport there, there's a relationship there. But what's lacking initially is the respect and credibility inside of FES. Of course, they may respect you in life or in some other endeavor that you participated in, but let's look at FES. You're just getting started. So what you want to do is team up with an expert, team up with a leader, team up with somebody that can actually help you in talking to the folks that you're sharing this opportunity with. Now, the final step is scheduling your first training. Again, if you go on the slow route, you'll do a lot of online training, conference call training, and local training. Great. But professionals have an opportunity to really go to another level with the regional 1-day basics, the regional 2-day advanced trainings, and the national 3-day leadership trainings. So all of that is available to you. So as a quick recap, really just make a decision. Is your decision that you've got everything together, you really don't need this opportunity right now, you're not looking for an opportunity, and you just want to provide referrals? Great. Maybe it's just becoming a customer. Terrific. Get together with the person that had you to look at this and get all the details worked out to become a customer, and then finally becoming an agent and a customer, taking advantage of the opportunity. Now keep in mind that if you become a customer, remember, you pay a one-time $99 activation setup fee plus your $89 a month for a total of $188, and then $89 a month thereafter. Think about it. To become an agent, it's only $100 more, and then you have all these other opportunities. So that's something to consider. And then, of course, you definitely want to take advantage of the training. If you really want to build a business, you got to realize investing in yourself is the best thing you can do. I mean, people invest literally hundreds of thousands of dollars to go to college, and many of those people are still busy paying back their debts from that college education and aren't making nearly what they thought they would make. So to be able to go out, work with very successful people at a very nominal fee to do so is the best thing you could do for your business. Anyway, listen, these are the details of what FES has to offer. You may have some additional questions. Get back together with the agent that had you watch this video. They'll be glad to get those questions answered. They'll be glad to help you to get started. We certainly look forward to working with all of you who are getting started, seeing you out at some of the events. So we want to congratulate you and welcome you to the FES team.
Now, you heard in here about getting your will, estate, and stuff done, and you heard about LifeLock. We as an agency don't recommend this because, at least through this service, because it is a limited type of service. It's great with this that they've got this added in, but like LifeLock doesn't have trained investigators that will work to recover your identity. They tend to give you a list of things to do and say good luck with it. Also, LifeLock's not totally comprehensive on their coverage. So these things are that they mentioned, they're not very good. We do have services that we offer that are fully comprehensive of these things, and we're fixing to show you them now.
Every year, over 10 million people have their identity stolen. Take control of your identity with IDShield. IDShield monitors your personal information, such as your social security number, credit and debit card numbers, and social media accounts. We watch across the internet, including black market websites, government databases, and court records. We even provide child monitoring and monthly credit score tracking, which you can track right on the IDShield mobile app. If any discrepancies with your identity are found, you'll receive an alert. If your identity's been stolen, a dedicated team of licensed private investigators are there at the touch of a button 24/7 to restore your identity. IDShield also provides a password manager so you can generate and store strong passwords to further shield yourself from identity theft. And IDShield even has a $5 million service guarantee, which means if identity theft happens, we'll do whatever it takes for as long as it takes to restore your identity. Shield yourself and your family from identity theft and put a licensed private investigator in the palm of your hand with IDShield.
Look, 143 million people affected. This is the significant of all the hurricanes coming together at one point in cyberspace. So in addition to going to that website, people are going to have to start looking at, should I put credit freezes on all my credit reports? They need to start being very
Would you
careful
do that,
about watching.
sir?
Yeah,
if you're on the affected list, you should freeze your credit with everybody?
Absolutely.
Okay, what's that cost and how do you do it?
Actually, if you go to the site that the Experian has put out, Equifax, has put out, they'll show you how to go through, and the FTC and everybody shows you how to do your credit freezes. Go to those sites. Usually it's about $10, to put the freeze on, but I would do that instantly right now for at least the next 60 days, just to let this thing play out.
So
wait a second, you're talking about the next 60 days. This has already been out there for more than 30 days, so is it too late at this point?
It may or may not be. A lot of times when this happens, and this is actually a very good question. We've seen a lot of data be held for 4 years. This stuff doesn't go away. Your name, your social security number, your date of birth doesn't really expire. So this is great. This is great data that's going to be valuable.
This company is offering you insurance for the next year. Is that sufficient?
No, that's not. I mean, that is just using an eyedropper to put out a forest fire. That is not going to be sufficient enough. I mean, you're talking. Remember, when the LinkedIn data breach happened, they used passwords 4 years later, including Mark Zuckerberg, to compromise his account. Right. So this data is, it's going to be out there for.
Okay, so news you can use. Let's continue on. What other things if you're a viewer right now, concerned about your own security, what should you be doing? Online security.
Yeah, basically, a lot of the stuff that we're talking about right now concerns identity theft, but you should be looking at, is there any information in there that could be used to compromise your account? Things that would indicate what your passwords are. Make sure you've got good, healthy systems set up for how to change your passwords. Make sure you've got, in addition to what they have, I've got my own identity theft protection. I just don't trust what they give me because all they do is the bare bones.
Hold on. When you say you have your own identity protection, through who? You don't necessarily have to tell us the company you're using, but who should we be using? What should we be doing?
Well, look, anything is better than nothing. I use a company called IDShield because one of the things they have is there's also some actual investigators. If anything happens, you actually have real investigators go out and do it. But you need something. You need something that's better than nothing. This is one of those things. This is hard to find out how this is going to play out because we don't know who the actors is. We've seen North Korea be behind WannaCry and the ransomware attacks. Is it possible it's them? Is it a state actor? Or is it organized crime? That's going to make a big difference on how your data is used. People don't know how it's going to be used, but you've got to do some basic protections. And the biggest thing right now is monitor. And like you were saying, Becky, is that it's not just the next 60 days, but you need to put a credit freeze at least for the next 60 days. If this information is going to be used right away, at least you want to protect against that.
Hey,
but
Morgan,
look, there is no good answer to this.
Real quick on Equifax, the company itself, we're talking about the stock. Are they a victim in this case, or should we be thinking about them differently? And the reason I ask is there's a number of reports that suggest that they have had a number of hack attacks before this, and that they had been told that their security was not nearly strong enough.
Look, I testified before Congress on healthcare.gov back in November 2013. In fact, your program was the first one I was on after that testimony. Even then, I said we should have this cyber equivalent of Sarbanes-Oxley for protecting our systems to say you need now to have chief executives that sign off every year saying that we've taken these kind of steps to protect this data. The fact that this data was so close to the internet that it was on a web, you could get through it through a web server, to me, that alone goes back to exactly what you were saying, that is just bad management, that's bad practice, and if you did the equivalent from a financial standpoint, you'd be going to jail.
What kind of regulation is around these companies now? I mean, these three companies have more information than just about anybody else in the world.
They hold everything. They hold the keys to the kingdom. Look, there's not enough. In fact, this goes back to the point of they had this information for at least 6 weeks, if not longer. Like I said, some of the reports are some of the execs sold stock.
Right.
Within days.
Do you believe that, by the way? Is it possible that these individuals did not know about this? That this could have.
If they didn't know about it, that's a failure of leadership too. Why wouldn't your key executives like that know about a data breach? Everybody at the executive level, at those levels, should have known about this. So I don't. First of all, being a former cop, I don't believe in coincidence. So I think that there's a there, and I think the FBI needs to look into it. And this is one of those things that it's going to get worse for these guys before it gets better, not just because of the data breach, but because of the actions of the executive, because of the lack of follow-through, like you were saying on these reports, that their security was bad. And why, for heaven's sakes, was 143 million people's data so close to the internet that all you had to do was exploit a web application? That's like walking into the bank and finding out all the cash is not in the vault, but it's sitting out on the tables in front. That's just bad.
Okay, final question. I've been reading about this web application. What was that? And are other companies using the similar web applications?
I don't know. I actually was doing that research right before I get on. I went to look to see what it was. They haven't really said it yet, and they probably won't because they're continuing the application, but it looks like it was probably one of their applications that allowed people to interface with their site to pull things like credit reports or do their credit check or, have other people inquire upon that. It could be third-party access to. As we found out with Target, the problem was third-party access. Third parties are security holes. It may turn out that a third party here may be behind this.
Hello from Legal Shield. We believe every commercial driver needs legal protection, but first things first. What is a commercial driver's legal plan, and why should you want it? Quite simply, the commercial driver's legal plan gives you access to lawyers for transportation-related issues at an affordable rate. Attorneys are, well, expensive. $250 to $500 per issue expensive. But with a commercial driver's legal plan, you get access to our commercial driver's provider law firm for about $400 a year. That's a pretty easy choice. If you've used a lawyer for issues like this before, this probably all sounds great. If not, you may be wondering, why would I even need a lawyer? It turns out that lawyers can help you with all kinds of transportation issues that you may not have even realized. Things ranging from moving and non-moving violations, DOT, Department of Transportation violations, license reinstatement, tragic accident representation, CSA consultation, and much more. Whatever transportation issue you may be facing, a lawyer will help you make the best decision for you, your spouse, and your motor vehicle record, or MVR, in the future by knowing your full legal rights. That's always a good thing. So legal protection is a smart choice. Now, why choose LegalShield? For starters, LegalShield has been in business 40 plus years and helped over 1.5 million families that trust LegalShield as their legal protection provider. LegalShield has partnered with a law firm that gives you access to lawyers who can answer your transportation legal issues when you need them. So you'll never have to worry about what lawyer to use, since we've already done the legwork for you. And you'll always get an experienced lawyer who is dedicated to helping you in the state where your legal issue occurred. Just pick up the phone and you'll be connected to a customer service representative who will take your issue, and within 5 business days, you will have a lawyer's name and number for you to be in contact with. Remember, communication with your lawyer is key, and in most cases, your lawyer can represent you in court without you having to be there. There's a waiting period of 10 days, but our lawyers can still help you, even with your transportation needs during that time, at a 25% preferred member discount. In review, legal protection is good, and LegalShield is the best. Now let's talk about your specific plan. You can enroll in LegalShield for a low monthly fee determined by the plan you choose, along with a one-time enrollment fee of $25. Special pricing is available for drivers who enroll in the plan as part of an employee group. Your membership includes help with moving and non-moving violations, DOT violations, license reinstatements, tragic accident representation, transportation law, CSA consultation, and much more. This specific plan covers you and your spouse or domestic partner in personal or commercial vehicles. With LegalShield, you're in a position of power with access to a dedicated lawyer whenever you need it. Legal plans are also available for family coverage. Just see your independent associate for more information. Protect your ability to earn a living. Become a LegalShield Commercial Driver's Legal Plan member today.
Today I want to introduce you to our 3 small business plans that we provide at LegalShield. As a small business owner, you know how important it is to have top legal representation and access to top professionals when you're making decisions. Today I serve as one of the presidents of LegalShield, but over 23 years ago, when I was introduced to LegalShield, I was a small business owner just like you. My wife and I, like many business owners, had spent our entire life savings to open a retail store in Ohio. And I know what it's like to put in 7 days a week, be the last one to get paid, have the stress of meeting payroll and all the legal stress that comes along with being a business owner as well. Actually, one of the very first memberships that I ever owned with LegalShield was the small business plan. So I want to take a few minutes today and help you understand the value of the small business plan, and maybe even share a few stories of how I've used the service in my own business. When you think of legal services overall, what words come to mind? Words like unresponsive, unaccountable, you just don't know who to call, and when you do find out who to call, usually they're going to be $300 to $400 per hour. With LegalShield, we simply take the worry and a lot of the expense out of accessing top legal professionals. With LegalShield, the words that come to mind are accountable, accessible, and responsive. So let me tell you a little bit about LegalShield. We've actually been around since 1972, and we currently protect over 4.6 million individuals and over 50,000 business owners all across North America. Ask yourself this question. As a business owner, have you ever had to hire or fire an employee? Have you ever had a vendor dispute? Maybe a customer dispute? Have you ever needed a letter on your behalf? Or maybe needed a contract reviewed? Have you ever worried about being sued? All of these are legal situations, and most of them, as business owners, we don't seek legal advice for. And the reason simply is this: it costs too much, and most of the time we try to handle it ourselves. I know as a business owner, we try to be the superhero. We try to be everything to everyone. But at the same time, you don't want to be your own attorney. You don't want to take these matters into your hands because they can have serious consequences. A few years ago, LegalShield actually commissioned a study to find out what the real need was for our plans among small business owners. Now, unsurprisingly, 60% of small business owners said in the last year they had experienced a significant legal event. And of those surveyed, most of them said they did not seek legal advice for one major reason: cost. But the ones that actually did seek legal advice reported spending on average $7,600 on that legal event. So it's not surprising that most small business owners don't seek legal help when they need it simply because they know it's going to cost too much. So let's talk about how our business plans really work and help you grow and protect your business. Now we have 3 levels of protection with LegalShield: Small Business 10, Small Business 50, and Small Business 100. So the first question for you is, how many employees do you have? If you have less than 10 employees, you qualify for any of the 3 plans. If you have more than 10 employees but fewer than 50, you qualify for a Small Business 50 or Small Business 100. And if you have more than 50 employees but less than 100, you qualify for our Small Business 100 plan. Now, the great news about our 3 plans is that whatever plan that you qualify for, you can always buy up coverage, because the higher you go, the more coverage you have for your small business. As you can see on the chart, you simply decide what coverage level is appropriate for your business. All of our plans provide access to consultation with our law firms to give you the access you need when you need it. Pick up the phone, contact your attorney, and have consultation on an unlimited number of business matters. Have letters written on your behalf, so that when you need access to an attorney to write that letter, you don't have to worry about paying hundreds of dollars for one letter. It's all covered through your monthly membership fee. Also have documents and contracts reviewed by your law firm, and even lawsuit protection if your business is named in a lawsuit. Now, to have hours for lawsuit protection, make sure you enroll in our Small Business 50 or Small Business 100. But at the same time, anything that's not covered through our membership, you always have access to our preferred member discount. So everything is covered through your plan. It's either covered 100% if you see it listed, or it's covered under the preferred member discount for any other legal matters. The bottom line is, as a small business owner, you have to make decisions every day. And some of them require legal assistance. With LegalShield, you'll know that you have the professionals in your corner so you can make the smart decision without breaking the bank. So please get together with the person that invited you today to watch this short video, get your questions answered, and I also encourage you to look at the information on our family plan and find out more about how we can also protect and empower your family.
Welcome to this special webinar presentation on learning more about how you can protect and empower your family with LegalShield and IDShield. When you think of the legal profession, what words come to mind? Words like expensive, unresponsive, and unaccountable are often associated with the legal industry. What LegalShield has simply done is we have become the disruptive innovators in the legal industry. We have made it simpler, easier, and more affordable for your family to access the legal services that you need when you need them. When you think of other disruptive innovators, what companies come to mind? Maybe companies like Netflix, Uber, and Amazon. These companies all came into very established industries and in a few short years changed the way that consumers shop and look at those industries by making it simpler and easier for you to access those services. In the same way, LegalShield has done that with the legal industry by making it affordable, accountable, and responsive to your legal needs. LegalShield was established in 1972. We currently protect over 4.6 million lives all across North America, and we have a dedicated network of quality law firms in all 50 states and 4 Canadian provinces. LegalShield has been featured in Forbes, Yahoo Finance, CNBC, and Bloomberg about the great work that we're doing to revolutionize the legal industry. So how does LegalShield work? Well, ask yourself these questions. Have you ever signed a contract or document? Had a landlord or tenant issue? Been overcharged for a repair or treated unfairly by someone? Have you ever received a traffic ticket? When is the last time you updated your will? Have you been involved in a real estate transaction or maybe rented an apartment? Have you been the victim of identity theft or heard about all of the data breaches that are happening? Have you been concerned about your own child's identity? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then you can definitely benefit from being a member of LegalShield and IDShield. With LegalShield, we put all of the legal services that your family needs right at your fingertips. Simply download the LegalShield member app to your smartphone and then tap the app when you want to talk to your provider law firm to get personal legal advice on an unlimited number of issues. Your LegalShield attorneys can also write letters and make phone calls on your behalf. I know in my life, over the last 22 years that I've been a LegalShield member, I've had letters and phone calls made on our behalf many times. Actually, one of the cases that just happened recently was 3 or 4 months ago when I was owed a $1,650 security deposit, and after arguing with the other party for about 30 days, I finally got $1,000 of that security deposit, but I was still owed $650. So I contacted my LegalShield provider law firm. They had a letter sent on my behalf, and about 2 weeks later, I got the other $650 that I was owed. A few years ago, we were taking the family to Hawaii on vacation, and a major airline stranded us at an airport for an entire day because of a mechanical issue on the plane. We got to the resort a day late. We missed out on $350 deposit we had on that first night at the resort, and also an excursion that we had scheduled for that first day. I contacted the airline when we got home and asked if there was anything they could do for us because of the mechanical issue they had, and I was told there was nothing they could do, but they were sorry and to please fly them again. But I contacted my LegalShield provider law firm, had them send a letter to that same airline. About 11 days later, I received an apology letter and 4 free tickets to use anywhere in North America. That was about $1,600 in tickets that we received because my attorney wrote that letter. Paid for my membership for over 6 or 7 years with just that one letter. We're also going to help you with contract and document review. A few months ago, I purchased a boat and had all this finance paperwork I had to sign for the boat purchase, and I knew what it said, or I knew what I thought it said, but I thought it's probably a smart thing to do to have my attorney review all this paperwork for me to make sure that everything I think is in the document is actually what it says. So I sent that off to my provider law firm. They reviewed it for me, and it just gave me the peace of mind of knowing that I knew exactly what I was signing. So contract and document review is also provided through your LegalShield membership. We're also going to help you with IRS audit assistance, civil trial defense services if you're named as a plaintiff in a lawsuit with pretrial and trial time. We're also going to help you with family and domestic services. Now, there is a 90-day waiting period on this particular part of our membership, but items like uncontested divorce, uncontested separation, name change, and even adoption are covered through your LegalShield membership. Another area of our plan that is very valuable is help with moving traffic violations. Now, we don't fix tickets, but I think we would all agree that if you have an attorney help you or even represent you on that moving traffic violation, then a lot better things will probably happen than you or I trying to do this on our own. I can tell you in my family, we've had a few examples over the last years where the attorneys have helped represent us on a moving traffic violation. The most recent, I received a traffic ticket about 1,000 miles away from home while I was on business. And it was just that peace of mind of knowing that while I was back home, I had an attorney in that jurisdiction 1,000 miles away representing me on that moving traffic violation, trying to keep the points off my record so my insurance rates aren't going through the roof. We make it very easy with your LegalShield membership. Simply take out your member app, take a picture of that ticket, submit it to your law firm, and you'll get contacted, start getting help with that moving traffic violation. We're also going to help you with your will preparation. This includes your wills, your living will, your healthcare power of attorney, and your durable power of attorney. Let me ask you a question. When's the last time you updated your will? If the answer is, I don't have a will, or it's been a very long time, then this is one of the simplest, easiest, and most affordable ways that you could ever get all of these documents prepared for you and your family. With your LegalShield membership, we'll prepare all of these estate documents, your will, living will, healthcare power of attorney, and durable power of attorney, and update them every year for you at no additional cost. We have many different ways for you to fill out the will questionnaire to get this process started, but the bottom line is it's very simple to do, and we can do it for you right away as a LegalShield member. We also give you access to your attorneys 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for emergency situations. Now, we hope these never happen, and certainly this is one of those areas of our membership that I would rather have it and never need it than need it and not have it. But when you need emergency access to your attorney, you have that through your LegalShield membership. Anything we did not discuss over the last few minutes, will be handled right here under our 25% preferred member discount. So all of the areas of our membership that we just talked about are included in your membership, and you do not pay any extra for those services. But if you do have a contested adoption, a contested divorce, bankruptcy, child custody, or any other type of legal situation, you can still save a lot of money and have quality legal representation with your Legal Shield membership under our 25% preferred member discount. Another great benefit of being a Legal Shield member is member perks, where we give you discounts at hundreds of businesses all across North America just because you're a Legal Shield member. Just last year, my family saved over $600 with member perks, which was more than our membership cost us for the entire year. We saved on buying flowers and sending them for someone's birthday. We saved at Universal Studios to go see a show. We saved at Busch Gardens. We saved at the movie theaters. We saved when we traveled. All of these discounts available to our Legal Shield members. So make sure you check out member perks and get full utilization of these tremendous benefits. So who's covered by your Legal Shield plan? Your entire family. You, your spouse or domestic partner, any never married dependent children under the age of 26 living at home or full-time students, dependent children under the age of 18 for whom the member is the legal guardian, and any physically or mentally disabled children living at home regardless of age. On top of our tremendous legal protection, we also have another program called IDShield. And with all of the recent data breaches, we all know that there's a huge problem that everyone faces today, and that is identity theft. The bottom line is criminals don't want your money, they want your identity. Because with your identity, they can file your tax returns and take a refund check that wasn't theirs, or file medical claims, Social Security claims, get new lines of credit, maybe even get a new driver's license with their picture with all of your information, or even commit a crime in your name. The bottom line with identity theft is that you are guilty until proven innocent. With your IDShield plan, we are going to monitor everything that matters. We're going to monitor your credit score, your Social Security number, your passport, driver's license, medical ID, your email accounts. We're going to monitor your loans, credit cards, and bank accounts. And we're going to monitor those black market sites where your information is being sold on the dark web. We're going to monitor your social media accounts to make sure that there's not personal information being shared that shouldn't be. We're even going to give you access to IDShield Vault, which is a password manager that keeps your login information secure and takes the hassle out of managing multiple passwords. But not only are you going to have monitoring, you're also going to have a comprehensive restoration service where you will have a licensed private investigator do whatever it takes, as long as it takes, to restore your identity to its pre-theft status should you become a victim of identity theft. And this includes a $5 million service guarantee. So not only do you have a very robust monitoring program, but also complete restoration and comprehensive restoration should you be a victim of identity theft. So how much do these two great services cost? Well, the price is only $49.90 for a family. That's $24.95 for the legal plan each month and $24.95 for IDShield. If you're an individual, both of these plans is $34.90 per month. By the way, if you own a small business, make sure you talk to the person that invited you to this presentation and find out more about the suite of products that we have to protect and grow your small business as well. So what are the steps to becoming a member of Legal Shield and IDShield and protecting and empowering your family? Well, number one, get together with a person that put you on this presentation and they can get some basic information and get you enrolled right away. Number two is just download the mobile apps right to your smartphone, create your login and password so that you have easy access to your membership benefits. Number three, contact your provider law firm immediately with a legal question you may have, or contact them to start updating and preparing your wills right away. Get immediate use and benefits from your Legal Shield and IDShield membership. And also, start saving with member perks. Make sure you understand how to access those discounts and start saving right away to get full benefit from your Legal Shield and IDShield membership. So thank you for taking this opportunity to watch this presentation today and get together with a person that invited you to this presentation to learn more about how you can protect and empower your family with Legal Shield and IDShield.
Every year, millions of people face legal issues, and let's face it, lawyers are expensive. But as a Legal Shield member, you pay an affordable rate for an entire law firm versus high hourly legal fees. Legal Shield's law firms have over 20 years of experience in many areas of law. As a Legal Shield member, you'll have direct access to one of our dedicated law firms, so you can take proactive steps to protect your legal rights, such as having your rental agreement reviewed or your will prepared, and receiving legal guidance for things like a dispute with a neighbor or creditor. Your law firm can also write a letter or make a phone call on your behalf. When you have a legal question or issue, you can simply call your law firm and a lawyer will return your call within 8 business hours or less. They're even available 24/7 for emergency situations. And with the Legal Shield mobile app, you can call your law firm at the touch of a button, access legal forms, upload your speeding ticket for review, and have your will prepared. Legal Shield makes receiving legal assistance easy and affordable. So get the legal protection you need and deserve, and put a law firm in the palm of your hand with Legal Shield. Every year, millions of people face legal and identity theft issues. You can take control of your legal rights and identity with Legal Shield and IDShield. As a Legal Shield member, you'll have direct access to a dedicated law firm, so you can take proactive steps to protect your legal rights, such as having your rental agreement reviewed, your will prepared, and receiving legal guidance for things like a dispute with a neighbor or creditor. Your law firm can also write a letter or make a phone call on your behalf, and is even available 24/7 for emergency situations. And with the Legal Shield mobile app, you can quickly call your law firm, access legal forms, upload your speeding ticket for review, and have your will prepared. With IDShield, your personal information will be monitored across the internet, including black market websites and government databases. We provide child, credit, and social media monitoring too. If any discrepancies with your identity are found, you'll receive an alert. You can use the IDShield mobile app to track your alerts and your credit score. If your identity's been stolen, a dedicated team of licensed private investigators are there at the touch of a button 24/7 to restore your identity. Get the legal and identity theft protection you need and deserve with Legal Shield and IDShield.
These people are living the dream from the enviable comfort of their designated work areas. But if something unfortunate were to occur and they didn't have a will, do you know what would happen?
What?
Well, deciding what would happen to their bank accounts, their real estate, their little tiny bobblehead thingy collections, it would all be distributed according to the laws of their state or province.
What? Are you kidding me?
What's happening now?
That's unfair.
No, it's extremely unfair. Your assets at the mercy of some cold, unfeeling statutory formula?
That sounds horrible.
It is. That's why will preparation is of the utmost importance. And it's easy, because will preparation by a lawyer is part of your Legal Shield membership. The Prepare Your Will questionnaire in the mobile app will help you figure out what's important to you.
I figure no need to spend money on a will. I'll just write it out and stick it in the fire safe.
Oh yeah, that'll work. Because kids always agree on everything. Plus, like I said, it's included in the monthly membership.
Right now it's just me and the cats. I need to be clear. What should happen if I'm not able to make my own healthcare decisions?
Well, that could be covered by a living will and a healthcare power of attorney. And the will would take care of the cats. Yes. Can I get a pull?
Took care of my will years ago, but I probably need to get it updated again. My folk vinyl collection cannot end up in the wrong hands.
Well, Legal Shield can review and update your will yearly if you like.
Really?
What
what would happen to my Instagram and all my followers?
Start with the Prepare Your Will questionnaire in the Legal Shield mobile app. Your information will be sent directly to a lawyer to prepare your will. Simple. And you won't have to leave what's most important to you in the hands of bureaucrats.
Social, technological, and economic trends are changing everything, creating a new economy based on disruptive innovation and a financial opportunity for those who take action. Get in front of the trends and be a part of disrupting an industry by joining Legal Shield.
There's never been a more exciting time in Legal Shield. I light up when I think about it.
We have a disruptive business model that's really shifting the way business is done. Look at how Uber changed the taxi industry, Amazon changed the book industry, and Netflix changed the way we watch movies. Imagine what your life would look like today if you had positioned yourself to profit from the change in those industries. Well, Legal Shield is doing the exact same thing to the legal services industry.
There's a lot of transformation that if I had gotten involved with, I would be completely very wealthy right now. Luckily for us, we found Legal Shield. And this is our opportunity. This is us getting in front of something. So I missed a lot of other opportunities, but we're right in front of Legal Shield, setting an example of what's possible on a part-time basis so that other people will realize that this is a huge opportunity.
So many are searching for ways to make more money, and Legal Shield provides that opportunity. As a pioneer of the sharing economy, we disrupted the legal services industry, providing affordable access to the justice system. And we've used the same model to provide comprehensive identity theft protection and restoration services. Today, our services and leading-edge technology create a unique business opportunity for you.
Society is caught up to our concept. I mean, let's be honest, it's a gig economy. You know, people are looking for different ways to bring in extra money. People have finally accepted what we've been telling them for years, that a job is a great place to start, but a bad place to finish.
If there is a better way and this is it, why not check it out? And to be your own boss, but then you don't have the headaches, the paperwork, the overhead, the employees, the hassles of having a traditional business. This is the perfect business.
To put it simply, Legal Shield is an opportunity for you to have and do more. Travel the world, volunteer in your community, spend more time with family and friends. Whatever you want to do, with Legal Shield, you can achieve the freedom necessary to do it.
We have a 5 and a 6-year-old, so as a mom, I just love being able to work from home. And the cool thing is I can work when I want. I can be at the park taking a phone call, walking someone through my website, and they sign up, and then I get paid the very next day. I can work when I want, or I can play with the kids when I want.
I get to dictate my own time schedule. I get to dictate my own income. I get to live life truly on my own terms because it's not someone else's dream that I'm living. It's my own.
I was able to go from being a real estate agent on the sales treadmill for the rest of my life, got started up in a part-time business from home with Legal Shield a few hours a week, and in my first year, I was able to replace that income, and ever since for the last 17 years, I've been a stay-at-home dad with my son, I've been a stay-at-home entrepreneur with my business, and I live life on my own terms.
How do you put a price tag on helping other people fire their bosses, drive their dream cars, go on vacations, right? Be able to spend time with their families. It's amazing. We've set so many business partners of mine free from a traditional corporate America job.
First thing I saw was a financial opportunity to better my life. And I think it's just so beautiful that throughout the process of realizing that dream, I was able to see I was changing a lot of lives from the product perspective. And the higher purpose really is to make the world a better place. It sounds kind of cheesy or corny, but that's actually what we're doing.
Every North American, just like you, needs our services. And our innovative apps put the services in the palm of your hand. There's never been a more exciting time in Legal Shield because we are positioned for massive growth and you can be a part of that growth. Our mobile apps and professional tools make it easy for you to share our services with others. That's the gig. Start part-time, follow a proven system, and you determine your earning potential. Now is the time to do what so many others have already done. Start your own Legal Shield business. For more information and to learn the multiple ways to create income in today's economy with Legal Shield, get back with the person who shared this video.
Hi, I'm Brian Carruthers.
And I'm Darnell Self.
And we're super excited to be here today to share with you information that was shared with each of us several years ago that's had such a massive impact on us and our families. So Darnell's going to start off today explaining exactly what our company does, and I'll be back in a few minutes to share with you exactly how much this is going to be able to benefit you financially. Darnell?
So let me share with you my background prior to Legal Shield. I was a retail manager working at a mall here in the Washington, D.C. area. And if you're anything familiar with the retail industry, you know weekends are the most important times. And so I missed everything that happened in my personal life on the weekends, my kids' sporting events and birthday parties, family reunions. If it happened on the weekend, I missed it. So at 25 years old, I said, no way am I going to do this for the rest of my life. So I stepped out on faith to become an entrepreneur. And for 3 years, I went on a downward spiral. I went from 2 cars to 1 car, and then I lost my last car. Well, I really lose it. When you lose something, you don't know where to find it. I knew where to find my car. It was at Toyota Motor Corporation's parking lot. I just couldn't go pick it up. Funny today, not funny back then. Well, at 28 years old, I was introduced to Legal Shield, and it changed everything in my life. We've been stay-at-home parents for our 4 kids, and again, it's just been a real blessing for us. So today, I have an opportunity to share that information with you, but just as importantly as the opportunity, it's the services that we provide that really grab the heartstrings for me. You see, I realized that the best business models of today were those that disrupted existing models. You see, if you solve the biggest problems in this world, for the most amount of people, you earn a lot of money. Let's look at what Uber did for the black car and taxi car industry. You see, they solved a huge problem and made billions of dollars along the way. Netflix did that for Blockbuster. You see, no longer do we have to go out and rent videos from a store. Airbnb in the accommodation and hotel industry. Amazon in the retail industry. So let me repeat, those who solve the biggest problems for the most people make the most money. And our company's solving 2 significant problems. One, the justice system. You see, a lot of people say that it's broken, but it's not. Not for those who make enough money to afford it. You see, the real color of justice isn't black or white, unfortunately, but it's green. We get as much justice as we can afford, and Legal Shield's leveling the legal playing field for the first time in North America. So let's talk about that problem that we're solving. You see, we give you access to a mobile app. You can actually contact a lawyer with the press of a button on your phone. And we're not just a company that's starting up today. We're a company that's been around for over 40 years. We started in 1972. So we press a button and we have access to thousands of legal forms. If you say, no, I actually want to talk to a lawyer, you press a button and you actually talk to a lawyer on an unlimited amount of personal issues. That simply means that if I have a problem today, I can pick up the phone and talk to my lawyer and not have to worry about a bill showing up after that consultation. But not only will they give you consultation, they'll also write a letter or make a phone call for you if they deem that necessary. I'll never forget I had a creditor harassing me over $92.20. And I thought to myself, well, I don't owe the $92. I'm not paying it. Well, this company said, we're going to send your name to a collection agency if you don't pay it. I said, who's your supervisor? Well, they agreed with their coworker. And so I called Legal Shield. Legal Shield says, no worries, we'll write a letter on your behalf. I never forget the letter. It says you must cease and desist our contact with our client pursuant to the Fair Debt Collections Practice Act. Now, I wouldn't have known to say that. In fact, the letter scared me. I almost wrote myself a check for $92. My point is, I never heard from that company again, but it's the power of a lawyer writing that letter versus Darnell writing that same letter. You see, it saved me time. It saved me money. There was no stressing, no guessing. I pressed the app and talked to my lawyer. They'll also review contracts and documents for you up to 15 pages. They say the bold print giveth, but the fine print taketh away. So we have access now to lawyers who can review our documents before we sign our names to them. One of my favorite benefits of my Legal Shield membership is being able to press a button on my phone. It's called Snap. If I get a moving traffic violation, I get to press that button. It opens up my camera function on my phone, takes a picture of that moving traffic violation. It goes over to the law firm. They call you within 8 business hours to tell you the best way to handle that ticket. And listen, it's great when I get a deduction from my fine, but just as importantly, I want to keep the points off of my license because we know auto insurance is already too expensive. And I can't tell you how many times my lawyers have been able to help me to get the points removed from my license. So if you drive like a teenager, you have teenage drivers in your household, this is going to be awesome for you. Another benefit with our service is you have access to a last will and testament. So I'm almost embarrassed to tell you when I joined Legal Shield, I was married with 2 children. Again, now we have 4, but I didn't have my last will and testament done. But I'm not alone. Right? The average will costs $500 to $1,000 to have it prepared by a lawyer. Legal Shield takes away that excuse. We give you one just for having our service. Not only that, they'll update it each year at no additional cost. And listen, I'll never forget my uncle. My mom has 8 sisters and 1 brother. My only uncle passed a couple of years ago. He was connected to life support, but my mom and her sisters didn't have to argue back and forth on whether they thought they were doing what was best for my uncle because it was already in his living will. I've seen siblings no longer speak because there wasn't a will in place. Don't put your family through that. Make sure you take care of your last will and testament. You have access to that now. Right there through your app, you can start filling out the worksheet for your last will and testament. The part of our membership that gives my wife and I the greatest amount of peace of mind is the red button right there on your Legal Shield mobile app. It says emergency access. That's right, we give you 24-hour a day, 7-day-a-week access in emergency situations. And listen, this isn't about bad people doing worse things. We're saying bad things happen to good people too. You see, one of my sons is in college. He's a great kid, but he could be a great kid at the right party with the wrong crowd at the wrong time. And if he's being questioned, detained, or arrested, he doesn't have a right to call dad or a right to call pastor, but he has a right to call his lawyer, and he has access to that 24 hours a day. Make sure you not only take advantage of this membership, but tell the people who you love and care about that this exists. Now, if you're anything like me, it's not about how much money you make, but how much money you keep. You see, everything that we've talked about so far is already 100% covered with your membership. But anything that falls outside of that, you're going to get a 25% preferred member discount. You see, because you're part of Legal Shield, you'll never ever have to pay 100% for your attorney fees again. At minimum, you'll get a discount. Those are things like contested divorce. Perhaps you want to sue someone, or maybe it's bankruptcy. At minimum, you get a preferred member discount. And because you're signing up for Legal Shield today, in addition to your discount, you're also going to have access to a program we call Member Perks. That's right, 400 vendors you get to save money on now. Places you already spend money with, right? Like Best Buy for electronics. Or when I go rent a car, I took my son to college just a month ago. And guess what? I saved $102 on my rent-a-car. We went to the movies. I saved $6 per ticket. This is huge. So again, you have so many areas where you can save money. In fact, let me just tell you this. For this legal plan, we're not talking about $200 an hour for a lawyer, which would be what, thousands a month? We're talking about $24.95 a month. You have access to our service. Less than $25 a month, less than $1 a day. And guess what? I save more money than that every single month just by using my Member Perks program. So congratulations on being a Legal Shield member. You're going to save a lot of money, but more importantly, it's going to reduce your stress. If you're ever in a situation, don't ever forget, you have empowerment. Press that button right on your mobile app. So now after learning a little bit more about Legal Shield, I'm sure you would agree, for what it would normally cost to have 1 hour of a lawyer's time, we get to protect and empower you, your spouse, and your dependents for an entire year, for which you would normally pay for that same 1 hour of a lawyer's time. You've got to agree that we are truly leveling the legal playing field for the first time in North America. And that's just one of the problems that we're solving. The other major problem that we're solving is the identity theft epidemic. Right? We know it's one of the fastest growing crimes in America. Most people think it's just financial, but it's bigger than just financial, right? There's tax fraud, and there's medical fraud, and there's social security fraud. And so what happens when we're a victim of identity theft? Most folks, first of all, don't even know they've been victimized. And so we actually do monitoring, again, right through an app on your phone. We'll monitor and alert you if someone accesses your information. And again, we're not just talking about financial. We're monitoring your entire digital DNA. But when someone accesses your information, where do you go from there? Well, with a tap of a button on your app, you now have access to a licensed private investigator who will do whatever it takes for as long as it takes to restore your identity back to pre-theft status with a $5 million service guarantee. You see, this differentiates us from everybody else that's out there. And it's exciting to know we've got a real product that solves, again, a real problem when people are in such a need today. I know you would agree that one of the most valuable things you have is your identity. And the cost of owning an IDShield membership to protect you and your family is only $24.95. And if you're an individual, so you're not married, you don't have any dependents, it's only $9.95. So collectively, the Legal Shield plan and our IDShield plan, only $49.90 to protect your entire family. Again, about $1 a day. So that's why these two services marry so well together. If you're being pulled over for a routine traffic violation and there's a bench warrant out for your arrest or something you didn't even do, sure, you have an identity theft situation because someone did something bad in your good name, but that also can quickly turn into a legal situation. And so you want to have access to both of these services combined. Again, protect yourself for less than $1 a day. But guess what? We get to, without having experience as a lawyer or experience as a licensed private investigator, profit from these two major problems that we're solving across North America today. You see, it took me 7 years to get my bachelor's degree, so I'm certainly not a lawyer, but I get to stand as the middleman between the lawyers doing an amazing job by providing the service and our members who need access to them and our licensed private investigators, and we've been able to earn a great living by doing so. I've already told you we've been stay-at-home parents for 20 years for our 4 children, but just as importantly, we've been able to help a lot of other people do the same thing. And it's nothing like having success with other people that indirectly you've been able to empower and impact the direction of their life. The gentleman I'm about to introduce did that just for me. You see, he introduced me to Legal Shield, and my life has not been the same since. I hope by you seeing the same information that I saw when I was 28 years old will direct your life, will shift the way you see things and the way you see yourself in your future. Please help me welcome back Mr. Brian Carruthers.
Thanks, Darnell. And after hearing your presentation again, I want to sign up all over again. And now that you've heard it, I'm sure you understand why we're signing up tens of thousands of new customers every single month. Not everybody buys a Legal Shield membership, but most smart people do. I would never want my wife or my kids leaving home without these apps on their phone. So I believe Legal Shield doesn't cost us money. I think it saves us money. I got the peace of mind. I've got less stress in my life. I save a lot of money in legal fees that I never would have paid for if I had to pay full price. But the member perks, I save more money with that per month than it cost me for a Legal Shield membership. So I'm saving my way to a free legal plan every single month, and you can do the same thing. But now let's shift gears, because how do people learn about Legal Shield? It's through word of mouth. We tell people about great movies, great restaurants. We just never get paid for it. I told people about Facebook and they should go get an account. I told people about Netflix, never got paid. But guess what? Legal Shield actually allows us to become entrepreneurs. And Jim Rohn, my favorite author and business coach of all time, he said, you work hard all day at your job to earn a living, but you should be working spare time, nights or weekends, building your fortune. And so I don't know what your plan A is, your job is right now, but when I got started in Legal Shield, I was full-time in real estate. I was working 60, 70 hours a week. I call it working 8 to faint. I was doing great. I was making a great income, but I had no time freedom, and I was not happy. I had a lot of my friends, they had a lot of time, but they had no money, and they were unhappy. I wanted to have a happy balance of both. And when I saw the business model with Legal Shield, I said, this is a way for me to be able to change that. I could actually have time and money together. So Legal Shield basically makes it very simple to go out and share these services with other people, and the company's going to reward you financially. And you already do word of mouth marketing as it is. You probably told people about Facebook when you learned about it, or Instagram, or you referred somebody to go get an Amazon or a Netflix account. You just didn't get paid for doing the marketing for those billion-dollar companies. Well, Legal Shield's going to pay you several different ways for helping us spread the word. So the first way that Legal Shield pays us is an upfront commission for each person that we refer to become a customer. And so I'm going to give you some examples based on a $49.90 family plan combination, a family legal plan and a family IDShield $49.90. Now be sure to check the compensation plan sheet to see what your compensation would be based on the plan that you're selling in that particular state. So on that $49.90 sale, you're earning a $60 minimum commission. And you heard it right. You sell something for $49 and you're getting paid $60. But that's just the minimum. The more people that you refer and sign up, the more you're going to get paid on subsequent sales. So for example, after you sign up just $180 in membership sales, which might be only 4 members, or just $90 in membership sales and bring in one who becomes an associate like you, now they're going to double your commission to $120 a pop. And then it goes up to $140, then $160, then $190, then $230, all the way up to $280. So every $49 referral that you make, you're earning anywhere from $60 up to $280. So I want you to stop and think right now. What would you do with an extra amount of cash coming in on a regular basis from a side Legal Shield business? Let's say you're a senior associate making $120 a pop. And let's say every Monday you just took a few minutes or maybe an hour to market a couple memberships. $249 sales each Monday, and you made an extra $240 a week, an extra $1,000 a month. What would an extra $1,000 a month do for your household? Would that allow you to pay off some debt, knock out a car payment, maybe put your kids in better school? And that's just at the beginning of our compensation structure. And that's just the first way we get paid. That's the linear income. You get paid on anybody that you refer. The second way we get paid is called override income, or what I call leveraged income. See, I was very fortunate to be raised by my father, who understood and taught me a business principle that most people in this country go to their grave never even figuring out. He said, Brian, you go out and sell a house and make a bunch of money, but would you rather work hard or would you rather work smart? He said, wouldn't you rather be the real estate broker and have hundreds of agents out there selling houses for you and get a little piece of the action off each one of their sales? That's called leveraged. So in Legal Shield, you're allowed to do the same thing. Market as many memberships as you want personally. But you can also share this opportunity with others, bring them into the business. They become a part of your team. And every time they market the service to somebody, they're getting paid anywhere from $60 up to $280, like we just described. But the company's also going to compensate you an additional override on every membership that they're marketing. And that override starts off at $20. And these are cumulative, so it goes from $20 to $40 to $60 to $90, all the way up to $180. So think about this. Every time you market a membership, you're making anywhere from $60 to $280. Anytime somebody else markets a membership, you're making anywhere from $20 to $180. So you're making money when you're signing people up. You're making money when other people are signing people up. So just to demonstrate real quickly the power of leveraged income, the reason why a real estate broker wants to hire as many agents as he can to help him sell houses, the reason why you as an associate in Legal Shield want to bring on as many associates on your team as you can. And think about this. What if you assembled just a team of 30 associates who are each only marketing 5 $49 plans a month? 30 people on your team just marketing 5 a month. As an executive director, your overrides would be over $7,500 a month in income. That's why you want to have the leveraged income working in with all the memberships that you're personally selling yourself. But what I believe is the most important way to earn money. People say, making money while you're sleeping. Well, that happens when you've got residual cash flow. What is residual income? It's when you do something one time and you get paid over and over and over and over and over again for what you did once. Like an insurance agent sells you an insurance policy for your home, for your car, whatever. They sell you a policy one time, they get a big commission up front, and then every year when it renews, that agent gets a renewal income automatically. I've got the same insurance agent over in Maryland that's got all my homes and all my cars insured with her, and has so for over 20 years. The only time I ever talked to her is when I'm adding another house or adding another car. Otherwise, I never talked to her, but she earns renewal income without ever talking to me year after year after year. Well, with Legal Shield, every time you and your teammates market and place a membership with a family, you're getting a huge upfront commission, but on top of that, a year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years from now, you're also earning monthly residual income for the lifetime of those members on this membership. Now, let me tell you guys, I've been in this business now for a couple decades, over 20 years. I got started in September 1998, and I started going out and spreading the word about Legal Shield, signing people up, getting those nice upfront commissions, which were awesome. But the most amazing part of this is here we are 20 years later. I'm still getting paid residuals when people have signed up in 98, 99, 2000, 2001, still getting paid residuals all these years later. I would not do anything else the rest of my life if it didn't have, number one, leverage, and number two, residual income attached. Because if 100% of your income comes from 100% of what you do, in my book, that's called scary. What happens if you get sick, can't work, want to retire, God forbid you lose your job? What would happen? Well, with Legal Shield, what's amazing about this, I started off part-time, worked it a few hours a week as much as I could, and then I started doing so well with it, I walked away from real estate, went full-time with Legal Shield. I was able to be a stay-at-home parent as well as my wife the entire time since, built our home-based business into a full-time income. But here's what's amazing about it. God forbid something happens to me. I've got a wife I love, kids that I love, and if I was in real estate, not able because I'm no longer here to go out and hustle my next house sale, what would happen to them? But because I built up a Legal Shield business of my own, I've got that residual cash flow that God forbid something happens to me, they inherit that cash flow that will take care of them forever. That's the amazing part of building your own business within Legal Shield. And here's what's really cool. We have less than 3% market penetration. It means 97 out of 100 people in America have no clue we exist. Timing could not get any better than where we sit right now. And I certainly don't want to overlook this, so I just want to mention it real briefly. We have incredible incentives that the company makes available for us. For example, we've got trips that you can earn every single year. We've got cash bonuses on a monthly basis, so you got huge commissions, incredible passive overrides, residual income that you're building up that's going to pay you for the rest of your life, and we have a lot of fun going on trips and getting cash bonuses along the way. We call it Performance Club, and we're looking forward to you being a part of that as well. So what does it cost to get started up in a Legal Shield business for yourself? It's only $99. Now, when I got started 20 years ago, it was $249. And I turned that into a life-changing business, so it was the best decision I've ever made. But our CEO said we need more boots on the ground. We need more people spreading the word faster about Legal Shield to empower more families and give more people peace of mind. So he said, look, it's only $99, not even the price of a tank and a half of gas. You can't even take your family out for a family of four to a dinner and movies on a Friday night for what it costs to start up your own business with Legal Shield. And we will teach you word for word, step by step, how to go out there and successfully generate a profit-generating business. Now, I want you to understand that anybody who becomes an entrepreneur and starts a business, they want to know the first question they need answered is how quickly am I going to get my investment back? If you invested $300,000, which is a typical franchise, it'll take you 3 to 5 years to get into profit mode to get your investment back. So again, the only startup cost that we have to get your Legal Shield business going is $99. And then beyond that, the only ongoing business expense is only $19.95 for what we call Legal Shield Advantage. You're going to have your website to be able to go into your back office and see your commission statements, your customer reports, training, access to everything. You're also going to get an app on your phone, so that way if you have somebody who wants to check out information and you don't feel like doing a whole presentation, you can shoot them over a link to a video that explains all of this for you. It'll track everything on the app, track everything in your back office, and all of that is provided as a part of the Legal Shield Advantage. So as a traditional business owner, you probably know that your monthly ongoing expenses can be thousands or tens of thousands of dollars, but with Legal Shield, it's virtually almost nothing. So that's why I say you have nothing to lose and all to gain by doing what Jim Rohn says that we all should be doing. You have your job that you work all day to earn your living, but you should be working spare time, nights or weekends, building your fortune. Now you've got the best opportunity that I've ever seen in my lifetime to have a side business with virtually no downside, all upside, to be to build an entrepreneurship business from home to set you and your family up for a much more prosperous future. So I hope that you get back with the person who showed you this information, become a member, become an associate. We're going to get you paid, promoted, and help you go on to becoming a very successful Legal Shield associate and entrepreneur. Have a great day.
So that gives you all the information you need, gave you some recruitment information, gave you product information. Remember, we are here to help you. This will be posted on our social media accounts and on our website. Feel free to contact us. Our number is 662-292-6271. You can also go to our website, KENS as in Sam, INSURANCEAGENCY.net. And we look forward to hearing from you. You can also private message us if you're coming to us through Facebook or YouTube. You can try to private message us to contact us to get more information or to get help signing up. Thank you and have a nice day.